Hey guys, I had a question about how to play like a combat scout if it's possible. This is something I would suggest you try. The deep core and the M1000 I find are pretty hard without overclocks to get to be pretty capable combat weapons. They still work, don't hear me out, they still work. It's just hard to hold your own in like a Has 5. So anything under that, in 4 and below, you're gonna be just fine. I mean, you still need fundamentals, but like this is the build I would go to if I am just trying to just hard carry as a combat scout. So the goal is to be able to, you're not going for longevity, you're gonna run out of ammo fast, but your whole goal is to quickly kill enemies, to be able to quickly kill enemies and deal with threats, and so that's the goal here. That being the case, I would suggest the DRG 25. The DRG 25 is an interesting weapon because it outputs a lot of damage. It just I think it's the proper terminology is front loads or front ends. It discharges a lot of damage very quickly. It pumps out a lot of damage very quickly, but you have a heat gauge so it can overheat. So you do have to be mindful of that. And this build is kind of like, you're just gonna fire and toast some bugs, and then switch before it overheats, or if it overheats, you're gonna switch to your Zhukovs. The Zhukovs I find are amazing killing weapons. The thing is both these weapons you have to engage the enemies very close because they're not very good at range. They're going to struggle at range, but you're going to be up close. For that case, you want the IFG because the IFG gives you a nice bubble, almost like the soldier shield, where you can kind of like catch a lot of bugs if you're training them, if you're leading them into a group, and then you can just hose them down. If you're not familiar, whenever you shoot a bug in the IFG, they take increased damage, and so that's the point. You have a lot of these. You carry up to 6. You get 3 every reload. Every resupply. Cryo grenades are awesome. Pheromone canisters are really like the best in my opinion if you're playing with a team, because you can throw down a pheromone grenade if there's like a teammate that needs help, and you can throw it onto a whole bunch of bugs and they will all just turn and like leave that teammate alone, usually long enough for you to go and res them if they're down, or just try to like get some of the heat off of them. But if you're looking for straight killing power, like you're fighting a dreadnought or something, I definitely suggest these. It used to be cryo grenades were the way to go, but ever since they changed how heat and cold works, it takes more grenades to freeze a dreadnought, and if you mistime it for anything, it'll quickly be wasted. So I really like IFGs. They are very good. Other than that, the rest of the build is pretty normal. Let me switch that back over there. But yeah, okay. Instead of like strong arm, I took sweet tooth, and I'm also trying dash instead of iron will, just to see how it works out. Usually I take iron will there, but yeah, let's go with it. I'm gonna just try to pop us into a mission, and we'll see how it goes.
Lighting! Go! Get to work! I'm full! Where's Molly? Need to get my pickaxe sharpened when we get back. Bam! See you, sucker! Nightmare! red dot on me. Deployment upgrade. What's this? Flares up. Oh yeah. I'm gonna kill you all. Eat it. Suck on this, you freak of nature. Zip. Never felt better. I've got the shell back. Flares recharging. Lloyd is up. Let there be Lloyd. Come here. Where is that damn kid? Can do this in my sleep at this point. Lights up!
Okay, so let me just continue. I didn't realize that this whole time my microphone was muted, so just go back and try to redo what I was doing. Yeah, we're gonna drop a grenade, slow everybody down. The exploders actually work in our favor because everything gets caught up in the slow, and then the exploders do damage to them. Gotta be careful with these Dracs. The Drac 25, it overheats, so be mindful of that. And you gotta use these weapons up close. They do best when you use them really close to the target. Okay, stay there. I really suggest people use keyboard and mouse for this game. Usually what you're going to find is that a lot of games like this, if they're console, they'll have aim assist, which means that if you aim close to an enemy, okay guys, if you aim close to an enemy, what will happen is that the game will automatically pull the crosshair over onto the target and assist you in aiming. But one of the things you're going to find is for some reason, in DRG, it doesn't do that, which is really weird because usually you'll find that in games that are competitive because they want to be competitive. They won't help people by having aim assist. But considering DRG is literally a PvE, which means it's player versus everything, it's player versus a computer. It's kind of weird that they won't allow that, but you know, that's their choice. So you really benefit from using keyboard and mouse. Being able to quick swap between weapons because of keybinds allows you to change weapons. Like I can be playing with whatever weapon I need to, and I can just swap it all. And okay, yeah, it's very nice, especially for the scout because you're doing a lot of 180s. You know, you're leading them, you're swinging away on your zip line in one direction, and then you're doing a 180 and you're shooting the guys behind you. Here I could use a grenade to slow them down, but it was a small wave. This has 5, by the way, and still, you know, it's not bad. I will say that the GK02, the standard assault rifle you get, is not a bad assault rifle. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another resupply. Nah, I'm good. It's not a bad weapon, and neither is the M1000. They're good weapons, and you'll do just fine on like Has 4 and below. But the problem is when you get to like Has 5, you're gonna find that they just don't handle the enemies well enough. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up here and grab this one. I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of this. I don't think I get anything out of these anymore. These helmets, these lost equipments. But yeah, I know that like if you're coming over here from Xbox, you're probably like, hey man, I never use keyboard and mouse. It's really funky. And like it is a really hard feeling to have to relearn like how to game because you know you're so used to. That was wasteful, but I really don't like these shellbacks. They are a nuisance to me. I strongly dislike them. There we go. Right. We're gonna go ahead and grab the last resupply, and then I'm gonna grab that egg, deposit it, and then I'm gonna go. So it's hard to have to relearn. It's really hard to have to relearn, especially if you're a competent player. Okay, so Jelly's coming in. I'm gonna lead them away. They kind of grouped up, and then I'm just gonna hold them all down. Easy part, easy. And now we just see there's just a couple bugs left over. These grunt guards will eat a lot of your rounds. You really gotta like try to focus their heads. And I'm leaving the goo bomber alive right now because I can bunny hop through the goo and move decently at a decent speed, whereas the glyphids are all getting slowed, so I can just kind of like pick them off at my own leisure. So that's what's going on here. Sometimes the goo bombers can be your buddies. They don't, you know. There's a saying that the devil is God's devil, and that's like saying that God is so big that even when the devil wants, God can use the devil to complete his will. And so it's like you know, that's kind of how I feel about the goo bomber. He doesn't mean to be helping you, but you know, he doesn't realize he's actually playing into your plan. So let's see. Let's continue on right here. You gotta know when to use the enemies against themselves. That's some like high-level gameplay, or at least what I really enjoy. You know, being able to use like the terrain or the enemy against themselves. Okay, I'm just gonna hit this button because I don't need to stay here any longer. In fact, if I can, there resupply. But yeah, you can use the other secondaries. You can use the other primaries. They work great on Hazard 4. I mean, some people have heard me say like, oh, they're not good for combat, and it's like, no, they're not good for combat without any kind of mods, is my experience. And if you're on a higher difficulty, if you're on a lower difficulty, like if you're sub 5, you're fine. You're fine. Like you'll do just fine, buddy. Like you don't have to be like, oh, I can't fight. It's like, no, you can fight and do just fine. So, but this is like, hey, I'm gonna be fighting. I want to be able to hold my own. This is definitely a good build for it. Okay, Molly's getting pulled in, so we're good to go. Yeah, okay. So there we go. I can't see Bosco. Bosco, what you doing? I didn't get to salute him, but yeah. I'll pause it. We'll check and see what the end screen. Mission completed. There you go. So that's kind of like some scout combat. Hopefully that's not too long of a video, but yeah, get an idea for it.